Robin, here we are, back on this farm again, and there's been quite a bit of progress since last time. First of all, would you like to just talk us through this boiler again, please?
Well, you have on the left hand side here a 600 kilowatt boiler, which is batch fed and burns fuel to capture the energy into an accumulation tank, which is located on the right hand side. This is a fully insulated accumulation tank and holds 42 tons, 42,000 litres of water, and as you can see from the display above, it's currently sitting at 82 degrees. It's quite comfortable to take it higher than that into the high 80s, even into the 90s. So here in the control room you have the clever box of tricks which is governing the delivery of air into the burning chamber up here. That controls the combustion process. You also have the fans, you have the pumps, and you have the main delivery to the district heating system in these pipes, heat meters, and the controls for the filtration system, which obviously has delivered the RHI capability for this particular type of boiler. In here, further in, there's a plate heat exchanger through which all the water passes for the district heating system. This has two networks, one which takes directly over to a heat exchange bank doing a tray grain dryer system in the shed. So here we've got the boiler. To open the door, obviously you unscrew these handles. The heat exchange is at the top. Again, unscrewing the handles like so. And generally always stand on this side of the door just in case. And, oh, it's a heavy door. Here we go. Burning rape straw principally on this particular application. You can see what it's got in there. Residue of a rape bale. To me, that tells me that the farmer here is burning good fuel. It's got a nice white talcum powder lining to the boiler. If it was oily, greasy, black, I'd probably suspect he was burning stuff which was slightly too moist, which would also result in smoke, more smoke, whereas this would burn nice and clean. So this is a containerized unit. What we seek from our customers is a level, flat concrete apron or compacted base on which to sit the unit. It comes in principally three main components: the expansion tank above the boiler itself, and the large terracotta orange section here, which is a water tank. Fully insulated. The system is designed to sit outside. It literally is just a container sitting on the ground, so all we affix to the ground is actually the chimney stack. Otherwise it's freestanding. It's designed to sit outside. It has profile sheeting on the roof, it has gutters, it's entirely purpose built for that. Here is a 500mm diameter twin-walled stainless steel chimney. We build a structure or a stand against which it is, or to which it is attached, and we also put on guy ropes for further stabilization. As a rule, we go roughly about 9-10 meters tall. It's very site specific. We're quite an open site here, so no threat of downdrafting. So pre-emissions standard coming in a couple of years ago, as a standard fit we had a vortex, or a soot trap as we prefer to call it, and that would capture all the small particulate matter, or the majority of it, but it proved not to be sufficient, as with most straw burners, to capture sufficient of the PM10 to bring it under the emission standard. Hence this contraption here, which is our filter now, which has been developed over a number of years and is capturing the PM10, thus delivering compatibility or compliance with the RHI emissions rules. So the flue gases come out of the boiler, through the vortex, pass into the filter here, and then up the chimney and away, capturing PM10. NOx gases actually were never an issue on this particular range of boilers because of the range of, or the high levels of heat that we achieve in the burning chamber.
So Robin, how many of these have you now fitted?
Of this particular size,
because this is 600 kilowatt.
This is 600 kilowatt. We have probably done, I'm guessing, around about 15 of those. Of the entire EcoPower range, well over 50 now. We've got installations in Oxfordshire, Worcestershire, Yorkshire, Northumberland, all across Scotland, and we have quite a number coming forward at the moment.
So that's a total of how many 600 kilowatt systems?
600 kilowatts, around about 15. I haven't really done the maths, but say 15.
About 15, and I believe you've just up-spec'd the 180 now to a 220.
Yes, the RM40, which is our 180 kilowatt boiler, has proved to be a very, very attractive boiler to the market. Probably our best seller. It's also a nice favourite for us. It fits nicely. It's comfortable in most settings. What we've done is we've had the heat exchanger part of the boiler expanded, which is now rated at 220 kilowatts. Therefore, and so we have now the new model is born as an RM45.
And I believe that puts us into the mid-range RHI.
That's correct, yeah.
And that roughly, if the boiler's working to capacity, will bring in about £15,000 RHI.
Thereabouts, if you top out on the 1314 hours of use.
So up-speccing it has certainly...
Well, it means that we can keep selling that one as a very attractive proposition to the market. But it's also the first in our range of boilers that physically can take a round bale. Beneath that range, beneath the RM40, you're getting into a smaller burning chamber, and therefore not able to accommodate a large round bale.
And I believe it's not just round bales, you can actually burn wood, and I believe waste wood as long as it's clean. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. But always take advice from your RHI consultant on that.
Right. Well, thanks very much indeed.
Not at all. Yeah. So here we are in the dryer room. You can see that there's a tray system here, floor drying system, which is work in progress. It's going to be ready in the next couple of weeks. I think the first tests are being carried out next Wednesday. In here we have obviously the main fan, which is blowing through the plenum and thus under the floor. And we have a heat exchange bank, which we are feeding heated water from the biomass boiler, the EcoPal boiler, up to here through the heat exchangers. They're double banked, 8 of those, I beg your pardon, 4 of those heat exchangers, and then back down to refresh the heat. So we have the heated water coming from the boiler, the 600 kilowatt boiler down below us. Up here it's an open vented system straight off the accumulation tank at the top, delivering heated water. We elected to do that so that it did not go through a plate heat exchanger and then thus lose some of its efficiency. So we've got the best bang for our buck out of the heated water. It comes through the heat exchange bank at the front and then back down to replenish its energy. So these are the heat exchangers, double banked. There are 4 of them, and the air is effectively sucked or drawn through that by the large fan at the front of the plenum. These are obviously carrying heated water, so as the ambient air is carried through, it picks up the temperature from the water, thus giving the temperature uplift. It's very simple and very effective. So we have the boiler there, and only 30 yards away we have the heat exchange bank here, and behind the camera, believe it or not, we actually have the fuel stock right behind you. So it is a very tight, compact setup in this particular application.